Hey, let's flip this around right away. I could already see this is reading backwards. For day 69, we're at 173,000. It's kind of early in the morning, a little cloudy, the sun isn't up. Let's get some hits in here. What was that thing that something lit up on the screen there? Maybe it was telling me. I don't know what it was. Good morning. Didn't have a live stream yesterday because I slept through my alarms. So I just got off a 12-hour night shift. We're at 173,000 hits on the dummy, working towards 1 million. Tomorrow will be day 70, and we're over 170,000, which is actually, believe it or not, below average what I need to do it in a whole year. Not sweating yet, but you know, there may be a time where we're actually running behind. Well, we are already running behind, but I might have to do some extended broadcasts to try and get the average up. My next actual fight is Saturday, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. I don't expect any problems hitting the dummy over and over. I've had 2 fights already since we started this. I haven't had any issues with my arms, which is great. Which means I guess I'm like a sword swinging machine these days. Chat's up if you want to drop a chat. What's up there, Maverick, Jeff, Matt, Maverick times 3. Thanks for that like button. Who that be? Why isn't it let me know? Mark. Oh, is that Thanks for liking. Mark, thank you for liking the live. It finally told me. I was like, sometimes the Apple like just have a little delay. Thanks for that like button. We're at 150 for this morning so far. Many to go. Like I said, I just got off a night shift. We'll see how long we go. A couple hours though, probably. Get some good hits on the dummy. Yo, thanks for smashing that like button. Whew, it's like, so it's almost 8 a.m., but to me it's kind of like 8 p.m. because I've been awake all night. Know what I mean? So if I stay up to like 10, 10:30, something like that, we're good. Thanks for that like button. Tell you what the problem is going to be for getting all the time hitting dummy here pretty soon. Let me finish this set. Alright, so check this out. So I slept through my alarms yesterday, so we missed a day for that, but whatever. I went to go, yo, Chris, oh, hey, thank you. Just so you know, for that, you're in the, when I make the highlight reel for this broadcast, you're, any gift I put in the credits, the subscribers and gifters. So check this out, right? I want to go mow the grass. Let's write this down. We're at 200 for the day so far. I want to go mow grass at this rental property I'm working on. I get the mower out. I didn't even notice till I actually had already turned on the lawnmower. Come around the corner, like, brrr, look, and as I pass the garage, there's a tree laying across the yard. Oh! Get you're earning, we're going to give you a Super Duty set. And everybody, hey, there's a good bit of us here. Right here, Chris has some awesome armored, like, you know, sword fighting content. So make sure you check out Chris down here in chat. I get the lawnmower going. I'm coming around. Oh yeah, heck yeah. Well, thank you, appreciate it. I'm going to mow the grass. I get this lawnmower fired up. I'm coming around the corner. I look past the garage, and there's a tree laying across the yard at this house, which I would just leave till I get back. I'm fighting it in Atlanta this weekend, and I would just leave it till I get back. But the bad thing is that it's split, and the other half of the tree is hanging over my neighbor's property, kind of aiming at his house. So now I have to deal with it, and that's going to cut into hitting the dummy time. So yeah, we're still going to be doing it though, every day, I think, up through my fight day. I'm going to even hit the Pell Friday, the night before we have an actual fight. And thanks for smashing that like button. This is for that finger, for those donations there. We'll pick up the pace a little bit on this. Oh, that's what it's. Swipe right to view more comments. Why would I have to swipe right when the comments are showing up on the bottom? Never seen that show up before. Alright, here we go. If you ever hear me, sometimes I punch my, I purposely bounce my sword off my buckler. The buckler acts as a stopper just to have an immediate swing again. If you ever hear a noise, that's what I'm doing. Alright, that's a little bit more intense for the gift. Oh, I definitely will. An Iowa trip would be great. One day I will. This season, I'm just kind of focused on Boo-Hurt tournaments, like Boo-Hurt International tournaments. Yeah, next year's gonna be more fun. Just since I'm doing pretty good this season in duels, I'm trying to finish it up. See if I can get first place overall in Buckler. I doubt I'll get the first in longsword. I didn't even see what the totals are, but I'm not in the top 3. I am in the top 3 for Buckler. So yeah, we're gonna stick with that this season. Next year will be for fun. We should actually purposely make some trips. Now that you mention that. I didn't even get to Ohio Renaissance Festival this year. It's another year gone by. I haven't even fought at it. Oh yeah, heck yeah. Hey Sean, if you look us up, we're Pittsburgh Armored Combat. That's our team. It's kind of funny because we have a team, but we kind of fight on different teams. The way that works is you can fight on other teams. There's some teams out there that are kind of like, if you think about like all-star teams, they're just like these teams of people that like to fight together that aren't from a city. So that's how our team kind of is. But yeah, I mean, and our next event our next home event will probably be cage fights within the next like month. I'll start talking about it once we have a date. Unless something happens, you know, we should be having cage matches up at the waterfront like we do every year. And the other thing too around Pittsburgh, you'd think more people would actually want to do this, but it's like, it's hard. We've had so many teammates like come and go over the years. It's hard to keep a full team. You know, a full team is enough to field, I'd say like 8 people makes a good team. Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll at least post it on the team page we don't really have a team social. Like, we all kind of do our own. Like, I do the TikToks. Like, Chris and Heather do their own kind of social things. We don't really have a team social media page, but the Facebook one is. It's the one we at least kind of collectively try and keep track of and field questions and post stuff. True. The last guy we had that was like, he even fought, with us a few times, but he had a problem with this stuff, and it got the better of him. He had armor and everything. It happens sometimes. Somebody has a problem with that, I guess. Yeah, I know, right? And he was also like probably one of the shortest people in the sport. But I mean, he would go and go. I don't know how I had it in him. Frost. So Boohurt is a slapping or bonking game. You don't really even have to think of it as sword anymore because there's no thrusting in Boohurt. So basically, it is just it is a slapping contest for who can slap who the most amount of times in a time limit. So it's not like the other more historically accurate types of medieval fighting. The reason I like it more is because it's a lot more rough, and it's for a time limit. So it's not just a sword play to first hit where I'm trying to like actually do things that are going to prevent me from getting hit. I honestly don't have to care about getting hit in return, as long as I'm hitting them more than they hit me. And since it's only weapon strikes and no thrusting, it's basically just a bonking game. I usually do use a buckler. Those are from blocking some axe shots there. I generally use a buckler and a one-handed sword. Almost always, or sometimes an axe. Two-handed axe if it's for teams. It depends. If it's a very large area that we're fighting in, I'll usually use a two-handed axe, but if it's more compact, I don't bother with it, and I generally go more for sword and a small shield. Actually, a shield that I sometimes use, it only covers my knuckles. It's basically a shield boss with a handle. It's only this big. Yeah, right? A finger not broken. Yeah, so true. And the reason I like to use wood is so it's quieter when I block. It's not, it has some metal, but if a judge is listening for when you get hit, if you're blocking with wood, it kind of helps their auditory decision on whether you got hit or not sometimes. Mark, I generally go with this one, or I have a titanium one that's a little bit lighter. The problem is with this one and my gauntlets, right? I can never, when I have a metal gauntlet on, I can never have it exactly flat. It's always a little bit off because it sits on top of my gauntlets. The reason I like buckler is I don't like a big punch shield on my arm. I know that most people use punch shields. I prefer a smaller shield, and besides just that, like, I feel if I'm like trying to get my arm up behind somebody or do something, I have a better use of a smaller shield, especially if I'm trying to get unstuck or something, than having a punch shield where it might get hooked or something if I'm grappling on somebody more. Oh, wins overall? We got a lot of us here. Let's go on a field trip. Let's go past the trophy case. Hey, I don't know what that yellow icon was. Is somebody a repost? Hey, Beans, or who hit that repost? I'll show you the wins. Don't go anywhere. It's just right inside. We were going over this the other day. So yeah, just so you know, it's not like I'm just not like some little chump out here, but this is the awards section where it's just piles of medals. Not all of them, obviously. Like this is a dance. I was a ballroom dance competitor, but Most of these things, like laying up here, I have nowhere to put them. So these are like, here's one from the MMA style fights where I got or no, Sword and Shield, sorry. Oh, this is old. 2022. But yeah, a lot of these medals, I just don't have anywhere to put them. This is a cool one. But yeah, so wins, I couldn't tell you. But there's just a pile of medals there. This is the current awards belt I'm working on from fighting this year. And I'm gonna wear that when I fight. It's an intimidation factor when you're going up against somebody. And somebody's actually wearing the trophies they won on their belt. Do you? I didn't know that, Chris. Yeah, I was a competitive ballroom dancer for like 6 years. Oh, I thought that was Beans. That's not. Is it Beans? Was Beans here? Oh, sorry. Senior Taco. I thought I got your avatar mixed up. I thought you were somebody else. My bad about that. When I was calling you saying Beans, I was actually referring to you. I got the avatars mixed up. Similar looking avatar. When I don't have my glasses on. Yeah, my dance partner and I were ranked number 3 in the global circuit 1 year for open gold Latin. And I had a new dance partner up to like maybe three months ago, and then she ended up quitting. So the thing that sucks with dance is, and don't worry, we're hydrating. This is a brand new jug. I drank some before we started. Nice. Oh yeah, that's why I picked bachata, because I used to be. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have a dancing and fighting channel, and then my old dance partner, though we were so good, like we don't have hardly any video footage of it. Back in the day, they used to be really mad about you recording. Now it's like you can just record it. But yeah, that's awesome. Ha! I know we got that in common. And I picked bachata night, but now I don't do the dance stuff. I rarely have any dance footage. The reason, so here's what sucks. What's hard about keeping a dance partner sometimes. So, when we were practicing, taking lessons, my friend who teaches, like one of my best friends, right? Teaches. He's a competitor. He was like, a pro for international, which for people out there like waltz and Viennese waltz, quick step, foxtrot, etc. But he teaches Latin too. So I actually had a new partner to be competitive with, take all these lessons, and then you know what happens, which I can't blame her or him, but she had a boyfriend who was just like giving her crap about it. I don't know, jealous, whatever. I mean, we're just dancing, but I can't. It's hard, She ended up quitting because he was getting mad about it. So you spend all that time practicing with somebody. So that's like back to square one. He did. The neighbors are yelling. If you hear anyone yelling, just making sure it doesn't spill over into my yard. Who knows what. Sunday morning, got people screaming outside. But anyway, yeah. I know, right? So you know what happens? Like, my other dance partner that I danced with for like 6 years. No issues. But I can totally see when you're out there and you're doing these dances and it's like real. It almost looks like it's probably easy to think that it looks very romantic, those Latin dances. So yeah, he ended up getting mad about it, and Jelly. Yeah, I don't know. Can you hear the people yelling out there? Yeah, it sounded like it, didn't it? That he was yelling something when he was running by. Now it's over there. Anyway, we were on about 40 for this set. I usually talk and keep a guesstimate Yeah. Hey, Chris. Well, thanks for coming by. Thanks for the gifts. Oh, God. I'm just making sure I'm not going to get a stray bullet come through my fence. That's happened around here a couple times lately. Alright, I think we're good. The trajectory now is like a random... Man. Isn't it? You all can hear that? Oh, man. Alright, let's drown it out with some... We're on about 40 hits. I'm going to hit this... Yeah, so this is how I tell everybody how you can block... You can block a bullet with a sword. Alright, and then I'll get back to hitting dummy. So what you gotta do, although you have to be able to see them when they aim, right? So when they go like this, okay, you can block anything. You can block like a 357 Magnum. What you do is, as soon as they go like this, you grab your sword like that, and you point this right at the barrel. So whenever it comes out, it hits the pummel, and it starts to travel down here, and the slug starts to lose momentum as it's going through the grip. A 22 stops about here, 9mm about there, as it keeps going. You know, a 357 might get through the crossguard, but as it starts to break down through the blade, as long as you're holding this sword like this, it'll probably stop right about here. You might just be holding a sword tip at the end. That's how you block one. Yeah. Oh no. It's not military. It's the second one. Did you? Yeah. Well. Yeah. 5.56 will get right down to the point. Then you can just drop the point. Oh, is it raining? We're out here, rain or shine, everybody. Let me finish this set. I'm gonna catch up with chat. I gotta hit it like 60 times or something. That like button. Alright, so that should be 100. Just so it's easy to remember. Oh! Ritz, it is! So everybody knows I will probably have an armored workout tomorrow. Here's the issue. I have to cut some huge tree down that fell at my rental property. It's going to throw a little bit of a monkey wrench into the plans for hitting a dummy. I will have an armored workout tomorrow. I need one because I have a fight coming up on Saturday in Atlanta. And I need the exercise. Oh, hey, yeah, they're gone. I don't even know if you'd be able to see it because I'd have to zoom in and TikTok, like, I don't know. I'd be looking through the spaces in the fence. Oh, Miss Chief, hey, welcome back. Thanks for the follow. I wouldn't want to try it either. Yeah, you know. That block. Oh, nice. Hey. Ritz, hey, thanks. Ritz, so yeah, I guess you might know Dragon Con from being down there, but that's where we're fighting at. Saturday. I don't know if I'll have any footage of it live, of me, but when I'm not fighting, I'll try and live stream some of the stuff we're doing. I'm so mad. The last fight I had, August 6th, I didn't record it. I had one of the best sword and buckler matches I ever had in my life. I didn't record it. My battery's on 25%. I was like, I should have. It would have been a great video. Just worked a 12-hour night shift. catching up in chat 1 second. And just so we know, we're hitting this dummy a million times in a year. We are on 173,000. So I don't know the name, if that's someone famous or if you're just Jonathan, hey. Jonathan No H, what's up? How's everybody doing today, by the way? These gloves are on over 20,000 hits, so I'm going to start to make I have a little video to make on where I got them from. I just saw a mosquito flying around. That's not good at this time of the day. They wake up this early? Anthony, so I'm hitting this dummy. So I don't know if it works, or exactly, but I don't know if you can click on the avatar. The easiest way I can explain it now is I pinned some videos where I have one of my cage in armor, fighting with swords and axes and stuff. I have one of my cage match highlight videos on there, and one of our 5-on-5. I thought Game of Thrones. All right. Somebody said I'd make a good Stanish, which I think that's true. Cage match highlights, and I have a highlight of us fighting 5-on-5s at the Arnold Schwarzenegger's Fitness Expo. And thanks, Jonathan, for hitting that button. I see you got a red badge there. Meaning you must have pressed the like button. Basically, I'm trying to hit this though. Besides, my content is basically just live streaming this until we hit 1 million. And when I have events, I try and live stream events and have highlight videos of us fighting in armor. I have 4 armored tournaments coming up still this year. So, you know, it's going to be like 90. It's still 90% footage of me hitting a dummy. But when I have tournaments and things, I will have fight highlights. Whoops, I kind of missed it. Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate it. Yeah. Hey, I mowed it though. Those vines. So it's too hot out for me to mess on vines. But see, I mowed the grass is mowed. This is a project gone bad that used to be a garden. It's just overgrown. So generally, whenever the weather gets better, I yank all the vines down. I really wish I could find where they're coming from. But as you can see, they like the tree. You know, I had tried to throw some wild plants in there, like raspberries and stuff. It didn't work. So behind me, yeah, it might not even just be like Alabama. It might be like the Amazon behind me. The Pittsburgh Amazon forest. The vine is just... I actually don't bench at all. I don't know how much I could. I don't lift weights at all. Like, honest, I swear, I've done abs. Abs, lower back is basically all I do. And it's just body weight. It's not like it with any weights. I haven't lifted a weight in... I think I checked the app 80 days ago. Well, I appreciate it. Now, it's not like I never lifted. I used to lift. I'm 46. I used to lift weights for 25 years or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's probably just muscle memory. I'm just lucky. The arm stuff, maybe it's just from swinging swords. Yeah. No, Jonathan, again for hitting that like, and Anthony too. Thanks for hitting that like button. Yeah, you know, like it's just I forget what number we're on, so we're gonna start. I think we're at the end. Oh, I finished it up, but at the end of 100, I like swear that we are at 200 again. So this is starting at 0. These don't count. If it was this easy, I'd do this all day long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But a hit in this sport, every hit on this is about as the minimum you got to do to score a point in this armored sport. You can really like whack somebody like, but there's almost no point in it if you're putting that much energy into it. Where I'm more of like medium force hits, unless I'm fighting the MMA stuff and I have a really wide open shot. There's not a ton of knockout power in a sword. You can hit someone in a metal helmet like this, and yeah, with a good helmet and the padding, it's not really going to do a whole lot. Shield punches are a little better though. So generally, I try and just score points with some decently powered strikes, but nothing too crazy. Bassmaster or Basemaster. And yeah, I don't know if I could do that many push-ups though either. Like if you look, I don't really have any chest muscles, you know what I mean? It's just the arms. I might have some back muscles, I don't know. I can't see them, but just a sword fighting body. Oh. Alright. Alright, let's talk about hits. Let me get 50 on here, and I will talk about the worst hits I've taken. I've lost teeth twice. Ooh, I'm getting bit by a mosquito. 40. And a couple extra for the heck of it. Dang it. I try to stomp my foot to get that mosquito off. So here's what's like. So we should be at 250. When I lost my tooth in the front, like I didn't even really notice. I knew because I could feel it floating around in my mouth while I was fighting. But it didn't really hurt. Luckily, somehow it didn't hurt. It cost me $780 or something, right? The second time I lost a tooth was a little bit worse because I actually lost busted a molar. So how that happened? Yeah, that's just a metal sword dueler body. I'm fighting at this competition, right? One of my teammates is his first time. I'm like, hey man, this is just like an exhibition. It's nothing crazy, right? They are. Like, that thing felt like I was getting a shot in my ankle, that mosquito. Hitting the dummy was more important than killing the mosquito at that moment. So I'm like, hey, it's an exhibition, you know, his first fight, I was like, it's probably not going to be too crazy. Well, we get there, and the referee, the marshal, is saying, hey, just so you know, this team here is taking it like 100% serious. Well, I'm like, oh, okay, so that changes things. And we were getting wrecked. The other team was like better than us in general. But anyway, one of the hits, right, I had my back to the open field where everyone else is because I was wrestling with somebody, right? Well, as I was doing that, someone from the other team came up like full charge with an axe handle and right in the back of the head, like hit me, right? So I don't know if it was from that or I went face first into the rail, this big wooden rail. So I got hit in the back of the head. Then I went forward. I smashed the front of my face off the rail, and somehow I bit down and I busted a molar out doing that. I've worn a mouth guard ever since, but I learned my lesson after the second time. But I still got up. Like the helmet I have, it's really heavy steel. It's probably like 18 pounds. It has concussion foam and then a whole padded layer. And then I was wearing a rugby helmet, which is more padding. So I don't think it. I was fine, other than like I got hit super hard. Now even worse, so I got hit in the spine one time. Where another time I'm wrestling around with some, I lose track of the dude on the team with the 6-foot axe. There's a bunch of stuff going on to the left of me. I'm on the rail, right? And there's stuff going on over here. And I see the guy with the big two-handed axe walking around out there. One of his teammates comes from my side over here, and you know, I don't remember exactly. I probably swung at him a couple times, and now we're engaged. Now we're wrestling around. Well, he spins me this way, and as soon as he spins me with my back to that guy with that axe, and I posted on my Instagram. The guy had, and the guy who hit me is a bodybuilder, by the way. And the way they trained is that team, they would lift rocks and logs above their heads. Like, I'm totally swear on my life, that's what their training was. Like, tug of war, lifting logs and boulders over their heads. They're all stacked, and they all love axes. And this guy had this like 6-foot long axe, and you can see like it was the moment before he hit me when he was coming from all the way back here, and he came down right in the back of my head, and I just saw a really bright light. And since I had a two-handed axe too, as soon as I got hit, my body just went, and I just collapsed. Like, I didn't fall forward or nothing. Like, my whole body just collapsed. I hit the ground. I felt like I got electrocuted. That was probably the hardest hit I took. It is actually, yeah. I mean, your fighting is, yeah, for real. Like, that's the hardest hit I ever took. Probably one of the second hardest. I'll tell you about the other comment in chat. The other hardest hit I probably took. We're fighting the team that's ranked #1 in the USA right now, and so we were fighting them, and they had us backed up against on our side, and we're kind of like sitting ducks because they were kind of just like they were attacking more than we were, more in like a defense mode because a lot of us were new. We did really good in that tournament. We made the top bracket, right? So we're in with all the best teams in the USA. And we're the Pittsburgh team. We just happened to get in because we did so good to qualify. And this guy with another axe, it has this really small axe head on it, like this big or something, because a little small axe head does a lot more hurting than a big one. And I had a shield and a sword, right? And this guy comes up. I see him coming. I know who he is and how hard he hits. So he swings. And I went and I blocked it like this. So then his teammate, as I was like this, grabs my arm and pulls it. And you're totally allowed to you can hold it while someone smashes your arm or something. And that guy was aiming for me. And I went like this with my armor. And he put the axe right through my armor. And it's like a frying pan. Think of a frying pan at home. Like not a cheap one, but one that you pay like $80 for. And he put his axe through like that much of metal, like through my arm. That kind of really hurt. So what did I do? Because now my right arm's messed up. Well, now that's my shield hand, and then I fought left-handed for the rest of the day. Besides, I had to cover it, so I put some tape over it so they wouldn't see the hole. Because they'd disqualify me for it. All right, free. Hey. Donovan, the only thing my daughter is half Palestinian. That's all I'm gonna say about it. So, let's see. Paul? I don't know who the Paul is. Is that me? Yeah, it's crazy. Like, and I'm not lying that group of guys that they trained by they would go out and have these parties or something, or woods, or these training days, and they would lift objects like off the ground over their heads. They were like yeah, it's probably like how they probably trained like better than gladiators back in the day with like bigger rocks, just because I think some of them were on like performance enhancing stuff. There's no rules to test for it. So it's like, you know, you could do whatever you want, really. Yeah, and there's only a couple illegal hits. You can't come straight down at the top of the spine. You can't, for now, you can't come horizontal to neck, although I hear they are changing that rule. You can't aim knee, like you can't kick someone's knee. But you can't aim at you can't grab behind the knee either. They're really touchy about that. You can't aim at the ankles, foot. Like I was saying earlier, it's not the most historical recreation because you can't poke. So other than that, oh, and if you're grabbing somebody, you can't have your weapon up against that gets under the helmet, because if you can imagine getting something under your helmet and like you're strangling someone for real with a piece of wood or a blade. You know what I mean? So they watch some things like that. Right. Well, we all have like, and I think it's a stupid rule to change. I haven't seen it yet, but they were going to change it. It's a stupid rule to change. Like we do have armor under here, but at the same time, why do you have to do it like that? You can come like this. Once you come like that, no. This way, a lot of, we have neck protection. I have plates under here. It sucks getting hit in the collarbone area, but yeah, why make it so you can hit someone this way where it's so much easier to get up underneath the helmet, right? Yeah. You're right. Yeah, you can't purposely target the junk. Now, if somebody moves, say you're swinging at somebody and they stumble forward or something, like, it's intentional hits. If somebody moves, I've gotten hit in the junk before where I was just moving around and someone was swinging an axe or something and it hits me there. Luckily, I have a good armor for that area. Yeah, right. I know what you mean about the elbow argument. Thanks for the follow. Let me scroll to see who that was. Oh, yeah, so those are the rules. I'll Storm Chaser. Jay, hey, thanks for the follow. So the rules for the duels, there's two kinds of duels. I'm gonna explain it while we're hitting it. I gotta hit like 40 more times to get to 100 here. The rules for the duels are weapon strikes only. No, it depends which league, but no punches, no kicks. When you're doing the duels, so I'd be regulated to like maybe putting a shield in their face or something, right? I can't punch them in the face. In one of the other leagues, you can still punch in the face. You can punch with your fist. You can kick. You can do an elbow in any kind of angle you want. You can headbutt, but those don't count for points. It's still only weapon strikes. But there's nothing like you're doing and then you're just like, well, you know what? Boom, and punch them in the face just to throw them off. It depends which league you're in. The other thing, the MMA fights are judged like an MMA fight would be, except just so you know, with that, we're not allowed to do submissions. If you can imagine being a referee and trying to see if someone's knocked out inside of a helmet, where I can see is like through an eye slot. I'll catch up on chat here, don't worry, but it's hard to see if someone's knocked out and all you can see is this little slit. And you can't even see their eyes to begin with, and you might not be able to tap. If you're an armor, your arm might be stuck on, you can't just like pull your arm out half the time, you know what I mean? So there's no like arm bars or things like that in the MMA stuff. So no submissions, but you can fight on the ground. You can knock someone on the ground and jump on them and fight. I could knock someone on the ground and have an axe and just stand above them and hit them like that. One league, they stand you up after 10 seconds. The other league, it's unlimited ground fighting. And then when it comes to the team stuff, you just have to get the other team on the ground, whether it's beat them into the ground or throw them onto the ground. Once the person touches the ground, like 3 points of contact, you're down for the rest of the round. When it's over, you stand up. Let me hit this a couple times and I'll catch up on chat. Usually when I'm just going right and left, I don't care if I'm getting hit in return. If I'm throwing a couple right-handers, I usually try and guard my head. Same with the other way. If I'm punching a couple times, I usually keep my sword out somewhere to try and block the other hits. I'm gonna catch up on chat right after this set. The dummy is getting away. The dummy is now in the fire pit. It's a homemade fire pit. Hold on. Almost done. Alright. Let's grab some water. Let's catch up on chat. And write those sword hits down. I'm gonna scroll through, make sure I don't miss anything. The worst thing for me while streaming would be to leave a comment or question go unanswered. Alright, let's take a moment. Worst injury I've seen doing this? Oh. Yeah, we're going to talk about that next. The worst one I've seen. I got stabbed in the eye this year, but luckily I blinked. Yeah, you could. Oh, my favorite thing is kicks. A kick, yeah, an elbow doesn't do a whole lot in this. All right. The jab to the junk. The rules we were talking about. The kick, the foot. There are a couple different leagues. And to get involved, so if you wanted to get involved, you just need to see somebody. You can create a team. You can join a team. You can find a team by going to Night Finder, and it'll bring up an interactive map, Google Map, and they'll show a lot of the teams. Not every team, but they'll give you a good look at all the teams. Basically, don't ever buy anything for this sport unless you actually talk to somebody who does it, because there's a lot of stuff for sale that's expensive that doesn't qualify to fight with this. That goes for swords, that goes for the armor. If you want to get into it, you can find a team like that, or Armored Combat Sports on Facebook is the most popular group to find info. The way I got into it, I went to an event because I couldn't get a hold of anybody in Pittsburgh. I ran the Pittsburgh team out here for years. I built the team here, but now it's kind of like defunct. There's only a couple of us that do it. But anyway, I went to an event. I had a guy punch me in the face with his helmet and his armor on 3 times. And I was like, I'm doing it. So it's good to actually go through it once or twice, get a couple of rounds, and see if it's something you want to do. Because like I said, a lot of the hits are just like super quick, very painful, but it's over. You know what I mean? Like, there's times I get hit like in the side, and I'm just like, yeah, and fall down. There's times I'm just getting beat on, and I just eat all the hits. Actually, one of the best rounds I ever had, I was stuck in the corner, and this guy came over, and he had a sword though. You know, he's like just smacking me with this sword, and he had this guy holding me. And then he finally learned, okay, that nothing's happened, so he turned it around and went to do something else. And I, pushed this guy off of me, and I ran over, and I, knocked him down. Then I went and grabbed somebody else, and I threw them down. And then the first guy that I pushed followed me, and I was with him, and I just punched him in the face over and over. And it wasn't doing anything until I just saw, how he was standing. I put my foot behind him, and then I put my hand on his helmet and just threw him down. The only time I got 3 people out. Oh, the sword is not weighted. It's actually, I try not to use my, tomorrow I'll be using my real swords for this sport on here. I broke my saber off this dummy. I fixed it. Long story short, I broke a rivet. I'm keeping count. We got it written down here as we're going. Sometimes I forget to write some down. Once we get to 1 million, I'm going to still do a couple live streams just to make sure that we get in enough hits to make sure if I did miscount, we definitely got 1 million. And they're real swords, but they're, yeah, I'll show you the armor. Let's go for a walk while I catch up, because we're catching up on chat, so it'll be a moment till I start hitting the dummy. Today's just hitting the dummy for numbers. Tomorrow's going to be in armor, and it's going to be more for practice. So I have it, and I'm going in order for chat. I know there's a lot of new messages. So here's my setup here. I got this fan blowing. So it goes into my helmet because my helmet was wet. It dried out. I have the chainmail off of it right now, but this is the helmet that I fight in. As you can see, this is my dueling helmet. My other helmet has more dents in it. And then this armor here is. It's on a saddle rack drying. That's why I have that fan blowing through it. But here, I'll show you a better view. And this is my armor. I don't have the chest piece on it right now, hanging up. But this is my armor I use for fighting in the team stuff. I have a couple different helmets. It depends. I have a backup helmet in case something happens with this one. I usually keep. Thanks for hitting that like button. Please just put the fries in the bag. The worst injury. Yeah, someone took an axe through the through the slot, and it cut it. These aren't sharp, and it actually cut his whole face open, from here up to here. Luckily, it was a lip and not like an eye. User, hey, thanks. If it's funny, as long as you come by, left a comment, appreciate it. I could. Oh, I would probably lose. I would definitely lose an MMA fight. Uh. Oh, I missed all the disses. Oh, Unc, what's up, Unc? Sorry, I just got to see you there. I caught up to the end. I think that we're good. I think we're starting over at 0 for the next set. Well, you'll be good. Hey, good. Yeah, you'll be all good. The sun's coming up. Where's the glare coming from? All right. Kind of messes up the graphics a little bit. If the live stream starts glitching, like the graphics lag or something, let me know. Because sometimes I think that it actually tries to focus depending on the when it's bright, it tries to filter it out. Yeah, right. I don't know. I missed all. They probably left already, but I missed all the like never moved out of your mom's basement or the things like that. So I forget. I already scrolled past it. But anyway, I don't know. I like it. And thank you. If you're talking about me. Right? Like the dragon. All right, we gotta change the angle because obviously the glare is a little bit much. That's probably a little better. Oh, they moved out. Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah. The one guy had a drinking problem. The other one was a history teacher, and ended up like after a couple years, he just lost. He didn't lose interest, but with work and stuff, it wasn't working out. And then the other guy ended up having some health problems. He was older than me. I'm 46, and then. The other people on the team, since they were... None of us live in the city. We all live around it. And the South team, basically Pittsburgh is the South. And then there's a team up in Beaver, and they're called the Beaver Bashers. That's literally their name. And they're like the north part of Pittsburgh. So we kind of had a split. If there's an event where we need a bunch of us, we all fight together. You know what I mean? Nice. Oh, I love that game. I actually watch speedruns of old Zelda games now these days. It's crazy how you can skip so much. There's like, you might even know there's like this wall glitch where you can, one of the boulders like pushes you off the railing a certain way and you skip all the way down to Ganon. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Because that would imply that I'm in my mom's basement still, or that we all were. I love those were the days with the Zelda games. Actually, last night on my break at work, I was watching Arcus do a speedrun of the Little Mermaid NES version. He did it in like under 8 minutes. Thanks for that like button. All right. Preston. Hey, what's up, Preston? Yeah. Wait, I missed Jonathan's comment then. Oh, you're right. The name, I just saw what you're talking about. I'm resewing this shield. Shields are consumable items. You can see how some of it has like newer little rope in there. You get hit you get hit with a steel swords over enough time, it's just gonna break. The little threads are gonna break. Oh, Andy, thank you for the heart me. The heart me rule is whenever I get one of those, I do 100, like an intense set. So we owe you an intense set on here. All right, here we go. And you get into the credits when I make the highlight video. I missed that one. Missed that one too, and that kind of whiffed. We won't count those. Boom. Thank you for the heart me. This dummy is becoming a problem. We're gonna switch the angle before I catch up on chat there. We're gonna all right, I'm just gonna unplug this and we're gonna have a different angle because dummy keeps ending up in the fire pit. I don't know why. Because it's going downhill is why. There we go. Yo, Andy. Hey. Yeah. 12-hour shift. Hit the dummy. Yeah. In the combat, it's. I gotta do the puzzle piece. I passed the test. I'm not a robot. When you live stream after like an hour, sometimes it pops up. You gotta do this puzzle piece to show you're not a robot. I think it's because the scenery doesn't change behind me. Just making sure I'm not just like setting a camera up and just letting it roll. I'm a cardiac nurse at a hospital. Yeah, 12 hours of that and then a couple hours of this. But like for me, because I work at night, so it's 8:30 right now, so it's like almost like it'd be 8:30 at night. I have work again tonight, so it's like staying up till 8:30 at night so far. This thing's still coming down the hill. Yeah, right. Like, oh, I see what you're saying about a recording. I'm counting. That's 40 since we started this set. Sometimes if I'm going slower, it's easier for me to keep track. Where I can be like, okay, I got 50. Hold on, this is actually rubbing. That was 60. And then I write down on this little whiteboard. Oh, someone, yeah. My favorite out of everything is a two-handed axe. There's nothing like nowhere else on Earth I can really think of, at least, where you can hit someone with a two-handed axe as hard as you possibly can, and not get in trouble for it because you're it's a sport. We all signed the waiver, but we're over 174,000. Just about. I haven't written down that 60 that we just did. So yeah, we're moving along. I'm actually behind for trying to get 1 million in a year, and I have a fight Saturday, and I'm gonna be there for 3 days. I'm considering bringing this with me and hitting it in the hotel room or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, yeah, 7 a.m. I gotcha. It is. Uh, if you ever hear, sometimes I get out of breath because when I'm talking with chat, sometimes then I don't really catch up my breath. It's 80. I will probably have armor on for tomorrow's live stream. Yeah, fight in the ring. Not always. It's always something. 90% of the time you're inside something. It's not always a cage. Sometimes it's just like these wooden rails. They call it a list. If you want to know the term of the day. The thing you fight inside is a list. A ring. Wooden rails, sometimes cattle. Those cattle fence things. Cages. I fought out in the middle of a field where there wasn't any out of bounds. You just try to keep it organized so people aren't running like 500 feet one way. You know what I mean? I fought at a barbecue. We got hired to fight at a barbecue for somebody, and it was just out in the field. We were doing 5 versus 5 fights. Hey, I mean, they paid us to do it. We got free barbecue. You know, it was a great event, although it was like 90-something degrees out there. The place to check in live while the match is going on. Oh, it's the best thing I ever did was fight in armor. I don't know what you mean about checking live while the match is going on. And by the way, Talon. I was gonna say that but I was trying to figure out. I don't know. I didn't understand. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm going to live stream this event though Saturday. Oh, yeah. There's all right. The best way to find out is some of the bigger events like Carolina Carnage in February, like live streams this on a whole bunch of platforms. AMMA has ways you can watch it live. I think you have to pay for those though now. I live stream them when I can. It's not like that they're always live, and a lot of times what they'll do is because it's just hit or miss which team's doing it. Like Palmetto Knights will live stream Carolina Carnage, which is the biggest event. It's in February, just so you know. It's like the first week of February, first weekend, and they'll live stream it on their Facebook page. Oh, T-Rex. Tell you what though, if I am going to, I usually post when I have an event coming up, and I will definitely let you know if there's a live stream. The one I'm doing this weekend, I don't know. I don't think there is. If I'm coming across one, I'll send you a message ahead of time. And try and post it on here too, like where to watch it. And now we're at 135, everybody. See, I remembered where we were at, surprisingly. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. I don't know. I know that our fights on Saturday is like start at 10 in the morning. So if I'm live streaming, I'm not gonna live stream while I'm fighting. I have to see what the order things are. I would bet you that this Saturday, I might be on live like maybe around like 2 p.m. like Atlanta time. Just a heads up. As long as that nothing crazy is going on, I'm gonna live stream. I think my fighting will be done before. I'll probably be done halfway through the day. when I was mowing the grass here, I was actually, there were some really big crickets, and I was picking them up and throwing them to the parts. All the crickets and things want to jump back into the grass. I don't know why I was just seeing that, but I just saw one jump over there. I would hate for a big cricket like this big to grow up its whole life just to get shredded by a lawnmower. Maybe that was one that I saved. I just saw it hop over there. I can hear them. Now, usually out here it's cicadas, but today it's crickets. And either way, I will at least have highlights, some highlights to post of the fighting on Saturday. Saturday too, I'm gonna fight like real showy, I'm gonna try and do all kind of crazy stuff, just because it's at Dragon Con, and the crowd there is like, it's a different kind of crowd. I don't care so much if I lose, as I want to do some cool stuff. Like, I want to look good more than actually do good. This one coming up, if that makes any sense. Thank you, Jonathan. I think I might have missed. Oh, Jeffrey. Hey, thanks. Yeah, I'm trying to be a crowd pleaser this time. Oh yeah, heck yeah. If Saturday, you figure by sometime afternoon, like after 12 noon, I should hopefully be on. We'll see how it goes, but like I said, sometimes I don't know, because this is a huge, crazy event. I don't have as much control over it. Guessing what time. Oh, Jeffrey. Hey, thanks for the rose. Just so you know, you'll be in the credits. Like, Talon, I put you in for the special guest the other day for the highlight video. But I always make a highlight because I have to document how many we did. So this one will upload tomorrow. Just by the time I get done doing this, I don't want to edit the video. I'll get around to it'll post tomorrow. And the dummy is slowly making its way down the hill again. If I could put this, I should just build a box for it to sit on so it doesn't move, or stake it into the ground. Now that it's uphill, it's actually a lot it's taller than me. Downhill, we were about the same size. Now it's a little bit taller. We got this guy at work. So, right, because we were talking earlier, I work at the hospital, and this guy is in there. He's confused, right? So we just have him sitting out at the nurse's station in this wheelchair, and we made like a bunch of fake cigarettes because that's what he's always like wanting. So we made a bunch of fake ones for him. He sits out there. It's just a piece of paper, and we colored the end of it red, and he just sits there like he has no clue that it's just a piece of paper rolled up. It's so funny. He's just sitting there. We even have like an ashtray. It's actually a cup you use to put like patients' hearing aids in, and he keeps like tapping it on the cup and stuff. It's so funny. Brooke, oh, probably not here. Probably just tuning in. Same with Andre. Yo, Crusaders. All right, how are you doing today? What's new since last time, if anything new? Like me, nothing new, except now I have a big tree I have to cut down tomorrow so it doesn't fall into my neighbor's house. Oh man, so I don't know. It looks like I got hit by lightning. This big tree that's right in the middle of our property, but it's on mine. Half of it fell into my yard. The other half, there's half a tree stump left. that tree hanging over in his yard. So hopefully it doesn't fall over. I told him I'm working this weekend. I'll get to it. So Monday I gotta chop up the tree in the yard, and then hopefully I can get a lift, because I'm not hiring somebody to cut down. I can perfectly get a boom lift and go out there and cut this thing down myself. I'm not paying $2,000. You know what I mean? So if not, I'm gonna get some. There's different kinds of rope. Did you all know this about rope? The stuff we talk about in chat sometimes. All right, so there's different kinds of rope where there's like nylon, polypropylene, you know, all this stuff like that, right? So there's, and I kind of forget the name. I think static rope is rope that doesn't stretch. I think dynamic rope is rope that stretches. And how it works is I'm going to buy some static rope, which means it doesn't have a lot of stretch to it. I think that would hold it better. The thing is, if you get rope, say you get a bunch of nylon rope and you would pull something with it, right? There's a percentage that it will stretch. So you could buy like 100 feet of rope and tie it and it feels tight. You're like, cool. But it can stretch another 40 feet before the rope actually would fail. So if you buy like what they call like static rope, it's rope that doesn't stretch or much. It might only stretch like 2% or 5%. So if you use that rope, it'll hold something where it's already like at its max stretch. Do you know what I mean? So if I can't get a lift rented, I'm gonna have to tie it off to another tree in my yard or something until I get done with my fight. Nice. All right, Crusaders. Heck yeah. Anything to get better at sports? Great. What are you doing? Are you doing stuff today? I may have forgot to count 100 of these strikes. I don't know. No. Anytime I'm hitting this dummy. Hola, what's up, Crayon again? Hey. The dogs are out again. It's a noisy stream. I may have forgot to write 100 down or keep track of 100. Here's where we're at. Sometimes I forget which 100 that we left off on. So we're at least at 1,000 for today. Early morning hustling. Hey, what's up again? Gabriel or Gabriel. I still don't remember if I didn't see which ways. Gabriel, what's up? Ah, see, I remembered. I wish. I might have forgot to write at least 100 down. But like I said, I was saying that yesterday. Tomorrow, I'm not going to remember if it every single strike. So the real millionth hit that I count, that's officially counted, I could have hit a million already, or maybe I think I've forgot more than some that I've overestimated. It's harder to overestimate stuff. I do, and I swear my life, I was just thinking when I picked up the sword for this set, I was like, I should do some left-handed. And that's the question. I do. I'm not really today. We'll do some. How about that? We'll do some on the next set. Oh yeah. So when you're rope, it's you know. It's easy not to know this stuff. The only reason I know is because I watched videos before on for something with rope. And I remember seeing how like they use like if you're cutting a tree down, you want to have rope that, if you're going to have branches and things that are pieces of trunk that are going to fall, you want rope that stretches. You don't want the static rope that doesn't stretch because you want it to be able to slow down that fall. If it's like static rope that doesn't stretch, if it meets the point where it's going to bust the rope, it's just going to be a huge violent snap. Which if rope snaps either way, it's bad. But you want it to like not just fall and hit the extension of the rope. You want it to go and kind of stretch out. So you got to watch. I'm going to tie it with static rope that doesn't stretch. That way the tree is going to be where it's at when I tie it. If that makes sense. If I don't, that tree could just keep leaning. You know, it wouldn't hold it, if you know what I mean. The only thing is I have to find who sells static rope. I might have to order it online to be safe. The next set we'll do left-handed. The offhand. I was reading a longsword book at work. Arborist rope. Good call. Yes. Yeah. That is a good, yeah. I forget the site. There's a site. It starts with an S. Smithton or some, but yeah, I know what you mean. Arborist rope. Not Sterling. It was some kind of S name. I can't remember. Yeah, when you mentioned arborist rope, you reminded me of someone who I remember getting some a long time ago. The funniest thing, we were cutting down a tree one time, and at my friend's yard, and he has this big chain link fence, and I'm like, hey man, I was like, the way it's leaning, I was like, I bet you if you just like propped open your gate, it was like this big, like it opened up these two things to be like 6 feet wide. I was like, I bet you we can drop it right in there. And he's like, I don't know. He's like, but he's like, I still want to pull it down the hill away from everything. So we're working on this tree. We're trying to get it. We have it tied, so we're gonna try and get to go downhill. And he even I think we had on three different ropes. And because it wasn't like leaning or anything, but just barely, and is aiming towards that gate. But he was insisting we get it to go down the hill. So we even notched it to go down the hill. And whenever, so the tree starts cracking or whatever, the hinge joint or whatever, right? And it doesn't just like, the tree doesn't just go snap and fall where we want. It snaps and then it kind of rotates because of just the way that the branches that were still on there, I think the gravity kind of spun it and then it went the other way and it smashed his gate. If I would have just opened it, like it was so funny because I was saying, I bet you can drop it right where your gate is. And he was like, no, we should have just opened it. It's so funny and it smashes the gate. Stupid how that works out. Whoa, missed. Whoa, dummy's coming at me. Horrible left-handed shots here. I'm totally missing the target. Yeah, told ya. We should just open the gate. That's a little bit some left-handed work there. Oh, Tyler. I don't know if Tyler's still there. Tyler's going to be at this event coming up. I think a lot of it has to do with your breath control in this sport too. Mr. Cheeky! I really need to build a support for this thing. Or something, so it's not always... It's just always moving down the hill. Down the hill. Whether I put it up here or down there. It's just how I put it up here, it's a slower process. Let's drink some water. I bought this whole gallon of water. Not all for right now. Ugh. But now, I'm a week out for the tournament. I'm trying to stay hydrated, so throughout the day, make sure I'm staying hydrated. Yes. A rope Pell, you're right, I could. I have, the tires back there in that heavy bag. I just don't use them for this. The thing I don't like about that is that the I don't like the impact of hitting the tires all the time. I think if I was hitting the tires, my joints would be feeling it. And the heavy bag, I can't come down at the head, which I'm not doing right now really anyway. But fighting. Thank you. It's got some bad areas, like we were saying. That's the overgrown area, but and that pile in the back is I have my firewood back in that back corner. We do have a fire pit here. It's just built into the ground. Basically, it's this old building, this historic building here out in where I live, and they tore it down. So I took my truck, I went up there, I threw a bunch of the bricks that they demoed that they knocked down into there. Oh, geez. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, totally different area. I feel what you're saying. It was the Elks Club or something. It was a super old, like, historic building. They tore it down because they were building a VA center there, which is there now. So I grabbed a truck bed full of bricks from the demolition, and I built a fire pit with it. Not a whole ton of bricks, but enough to have on the bottom and around the sides. It's ground level. It's built into the ground. It's just like a brick high around. And well, my daughter and I will come out here like roast marshmallows or something. I'm kind of old school, like mail. Any kind of personal information, I burn it. Growing up, like my grandma used to burn all her mail, so that's where I picked it up from. They didn't have shredders or anything back then either, though. Yeah, right? We used to have bigger bonfires here in my yard until we got in trouble with the police. I had this huge bonfire. They made me put it out. Because I live in the city area, they're like, you can't have a fire like this. I was like, I just moved in, you know. I was like, oh, I don't know. I thought I could burn whatever I want on my property. They're like, well, like, not like this. It was this huge fire. And all the heat was making all the leaves in this tree above me, like they're just blown in the wind from the heat going up. There's a church bell, so it must be 9. It's 9. I heard 9 rings. Oh man, 9 p.m. 9 p.m. for me. That's what technically. We're gonna stream at least till 10. That'll give me 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I only live a mile from work. I live less than a mile from work, so I can sleep in till 6. Yeah, now that we're a week away from the fights, I am making sure I hydrate. I'm eating whatever I want, so I'm in a good mood, and so I'm not like carb restricting or anything like that. And then sleep. I try and make sure I'm getting enough sleep. I gotta flip over to a daylight schedule though after tonight, And I gotta cut that stupid tree up, which is gonna take up so much time. I might live stream some Pell work from my other place on that other Pell out there. So we're at 400. This is the next set we're starting. These are all hits that would count. Yeah. It is tough. It's but that's what I prefer. If I can. I don't always, but if I can, like today I will. I'll probably get 8 hours. That was 30. Yep, 31 because I kind of hit it before I looked at chat. You know what my plan was? Is I was gonna have a guest counter where I would have someone come over and use a clicker, and you know it's not gonna work because I can't have someone here like every day of the year. I was gonna have one of my exes was gonna come by and do it, and I was gonna have her wear like shorts or something. It's like a gimmick, because you know thirsty dudes out there would tune in. Just if I had her standing like with her back kind of maybe bent over like clicking the whole time. But yeah, I ended up not asking her. She would have done it. Oh yeah, we're over 1,000. We're at 1,431. Some days we fly through it. I like the days though like this when we're chatting more. My best days on here, the most fun days are lower reps. I don't know why, but I think sometimes this app likes to make it so it doesn't promote like sword fighting things, because I'll be on and like no one will come by all day, and I think it's secretly like does not put me in the feed or something. And some of those days I'll hit it like 4,000, 5,000 times. So that there should be 500 that we have not written down yet. So we're going to write that on there. We'll do a couple extra just in case I was off by a few. Yeah, the best days are the ones like this where we're talking. Yeah, right? And it's so stupid that I have to put a disclaimer. Like, I even spell it wrong on purpose. But like professional... professional sword person, fake sword, because I don't know how many times I've uploaded with a plastic sword on a rubber dummy that I'll upload a video and it'll say it won't put it in the For You page because it's dangerous. All right, so yeah, we're at 1,500. At least. I may have forgot to write a set of 100 down in there earlier. I don't know. Sometimes it happens. Ah, me too. There's the whole reason I do this, the armored fighting stuff instead of the HEMA where it's like to one hit and stuff, is because I don't want to just sit there and you throw a couple times and like I win. I want to go for like 60 seconds, 2 minutes of bah, 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 boom, headbutts, knees, kicks. Right. Oh yeah, you've seen that too. I took screenshots of that. What you're talking about there, posts on Facebook. I was like, this is nuts. Yeah, that you think, yeah. Or some of the live streams on here are so ridiculous. I've seen some crazy stuff on TikTok on the For You page that's a lot worse than hitting something with a sword. Of a practice of me doing this, like hitting a dummy in my backyard. No, that's pretty dangerous sometimes. Not every day. And then I started getting in trouble because I was doing this without a shirt on. So ever since I've been wearing at least a tank top. Yeah, right. I could probably pull it out. Yeah, the mesh top actually might count to. So they call it bodily exposure. It's like we promote all cultures and body types, but a large percentage of I forget how they word it, but like I guess if that might count. Yeah, a mesh top, some pasties. I have pasties. Do you want to know why? 50. All right, because whenever I run, like I'll go for a long run, right? And a sweaty shirt just rubs, and it just rubs me raw in those two spots. So a funny thing, we had Secret Santa at work, and this girl bought me a whole box of pasties. I was like, it's crazy. It actually works. Put them on there. I don't get that rug burn on my chest anymore. Yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah. Ever since now sometimes I just put medical tape on. But that's definitely, yeah, that's why I have pasties. They're in my bathroom upstairs. If I'm going for a big run, put some on. I'm hoping that the camera, my phone, doesn't get wet. The wind's blowing and now all the leaves. It must have rained overnight because all the water droplets are falling. I'm looking at something with these trees and where they're leaning towards my house. Now that I had a tree fall at the other house, I wonder if I should maybe do some preemptive cutting here. The tree behind me, like out in that field, is like really leaning towards my house, and I don't know. I haven't really checked to see how sound the trunk is on it, but it might not hurt to check it out and maybe cut some of it down. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know the brand, and I threw out the package. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I know that they look like flowers. And so honestly though, they're great, but when I sweat a lot, they come off. So I found that if you use medical tape, like the kind that's used when someone gets an IV, and you put the tape on, I think it's called micropore, is a lot better. It'll stick so much better. And I do like a 2-inch strip, and I fold one of the ends over so it doesn't stick all the way, so I can just rip it off. Micropore is a type of tape that I think works better than the pasties. I forgot, like one time I forgot that I even had them on, and I went for a run. I even took a shower, forgot I had the tape on there, and then it was like the next day. I was just like woke up in the morning or something, and I felt it. I was like, oh shit! And I pulled it off. I had a big like black outline of where the dust and stuff from my shirt stuck to the tape outline. Yeah, heck yeah. The pasties seem to sweat off after a while, which I'm surprised, because the people that would use them for their employment or whatever, you'd think that they'd stick a little better. So the girl who got me the pasties at work, so this is so messed up. So she drives a Jeep. It's a nice Jeep too, you know. It's black with a pink stripe. And this patient who was there in the behavioral health unit, right? Of all the times she could have possibly done it, she forgot to lock her car doors, and her keys were inside her Jeep, which she like always. You know, it's a parking lot at the hospital. You think, okay, it's in a parking garage, right? She didn't go down to get her keys or nothing. Well, someone, like, got out signed himself out, or got out somehow, and went to the parking garage and actually got in her Jeep and stole it. Of all the days, you know, that you forget your keys, that a patient from the behavioral health unit actually like escapes or gets signed out somehow, and then steals your Jeep. And the thing is, he didn't just like steal the Jeep and stuff. He like actually cut holes in all her gym clothes that were there. I don't know why. He dumped out all her pre-workout powder like all over inside the car. He just trashed it. Terrible, I know. Yep. That happened to me at my house. You know how this, I don't remember if you were here when the people were arguing outside this morning. The one day I forgot to lock my car, somebody got in it. Now, I don't know, maybe every night they come by and check the doors. Maybe they do that too, I don't know. And that's just not like just random luck for me. But yeah, at the hospital, that was definitely horrible luck. Oh no, something happened like that at with your vehicle? All right. Okay. Oh no. That's, yeah, like, I mean, what do you do? Like, I couldn't imagine my car getting stolen. I don't keep that many things in there that are, like, valuable, but I can't imagine, like, someone getting my car and taking it. And who knows what they do to it. Yeah, right? I worked for Pizza Hut for a while. Like, delivery driver was probably the most fun job I ever had, other than private investigating. And man, I'd leave the car running out there all the time, like to run in and get a couple orders. You could be in there like 6 minutes, 8 minutes, you know, getting ready to run out again with some more orders. Right? Yeah. I feel you about that. Whoa, I almost fell over trying to put my foot on the dummy. We're getting there. I hear some police sirens in the background out here. Oh, I wasn't joking earlier about some people out here actually have gotten shot lately, which sucks. That's why when those people were arguing, I was kind of like watching to make sure that they got like far enough away so like nothing escalated and I don't get like capped in my backyard by accident. Oh, here comes those raindrops again. Oh yeah, the Pizza Hut I worked at, they didn't make us put signs on the cars. Like, to be totally honest, like all of us like were speeders and stuff like that. We had the best delivery times ever. Eventually we got a different manager who was horrible and sort of ran everybody off. The last day that I was there, so this is how. All right, the next set's starting from 0, so I don't need to remember any numbers. The worst thing that she did was there's a new girl there, and she's like, okay, what do I do now? And the manager is like you need to wipe down. We need to start cleaning. Like, you need to wipe down the prep table. And this is in front of like people that are sitting there, because this is a dine-in Pizza Hut, you know. And she's like, well, what? She's like, well, how do I do that? And the manager looks at her and goes, you take the cloth, you dip it in the bucket, and then you wipe the table. and then you take the other cloth and you dry it off. What are you, a moron? Like, in front of all these people, she got so upset. This is the most worst manager ever. There's the dishwasher that would electrocute us sometimes, and because we used to deliver, and we'd have to do dishes too, to help everyone help with dishes. And the day I quit was because I told her about it. We all told her about this stupid dishwasher, and I leaned up against it when I was shutting it because everything was wet, and I got electrocuted again. And I was like, hey, I was like, this dishwasher is so unsafe. I was like, I just got shocked by like leaning up against the counter, and she just like laughed like in my face. And I was like, all right. So I went over and I took a big black marker and I crossed my name out for every the whole where my name was on every week on the schedule, and I left. I didn't even tell him I was leaving. I just went home. I never went back. I was the worst person I ever worked for. But at least up till then, like that, the delivery driving was like, oh, it was so fun. We used to drive so fast and everything. They had, I think the official rule was you could only take 2 orders at a time. But we all knew the neighborhoods. There'd be so many orders if you only did 2 and come back. Like, you know, we'd get so far behind. So we'd often take like 4 orders, and we'd know, like, you know, if I knew exactly where they're all at, everybody's getting their order within a half hour or whatever the thing was, you know. Take like 4. I had this old crappy Chevy Malibu. Man, like I didn't care about so much, you know. And we'd all just like we'd tear it up. We delivered so much and so fast. We probably had the best delivery service like in the whole little city that we're in. Then they started delivering beer. We were beer delivery guys, because you could order beer from Pizza Hut. You didn't even need to order pizza. You could just order a 6-pack or something. My favorite days for that actually was in the winter when there was a big snowstorm, because everyone would order beer because they didn't want to go out, and I'd bring my 4-wheel drive truck and deliver it in that. Oh no! Oh my God! What, give everybody out of all 3, give everybody the wrong orders. Ugh. That sucks. Yeah, I don't think there'd be times where we'd mess stuff up, but it wasn't that often, and I never had anything that bad happen. The best are because so many places would order that were regulars, and you know, if you know where you're driving, you could take everything. You could definitely, we could take 4. The manager at the time didn't care. They just cared that it got out there and everything was right. Right? That's crazy. Maybe. Right. Ugh. That's crazy. One thing I liked is whenever people would type in the special instructions, and they'd be like, draw a dragon on the inside of the box. I'd always do that stuff. Someone one time was like, draw and a picture of Mother Teresa on the box. So I drew Mother Teresa. I saw a meme where someone, because people do that, and what they did was it said, write a joke inside the box, and someone wrote your life. That's got to be 100 by now on that set. The funniest thing though is there's this guy, like the drivers would do dumb stuff though, and they type sometimes in the little box where the one guy, all right, so the one guy, this is funny because it reminds me of Zelda. The one guy actually said, right. Yeah, if I had I usually would have the time to draw at least something kind of quick. The drivers would write nicknames for people, and I remember the one that said Link from Zelda, And it was the cartoon Zelda that they used to do with Dragon Warrior or Dragon Quest. Looked just like the cartoon version. Alexis! And and the guy got mad because he was like, what does this mean? He didn't understand. Because the driver would say, because it was this big apartment building and multiple people lived there, and the guy, it was just a description, so we would know, oh, the Link from Zelda is what this guy looks like. He got mad about it and complained. I mean, it wasn't anything bad. Link was a great character, you know? He didn't like he didn't like it. We got it. We're like, oh yeah, okay, we know which guy. Because sometimes it was just this big like apartment building, and he'd ring the doorbell, and this guy because sometimes what would happen is people would come down and they'd fake it like it was them. Then he'd give people the order, and then the guy calls, yo, hey Austin, yeah, what's up? I'm still awake from work last night, by the way. We had a guy rolling around in the Jerry chair all night. You'll have to, oh my gosh. You'll have to ask Gracie about it sometime. Or Liz. Rolling around in the Jerry chair, smoking fake cigarettes. And the wheels were unlocked, and he was wheeling the chair into other rooms. Right? Yeah, the guy got offended by it. I think he was like saying because we were like making fun of him, but it wasn't. It wasn't that at all. Yeah, at least we weren't calling him Princess Zelda or something. Yo, morning. What's up, X? Hey, how's it going today? Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. But it did say Link from Zelda. So, I don't know. So they'd always put. Sometimes they put stupid stuff in there, like, you know. I think one of them said, "Fat guy glasses." Yeah, like why would you write that on there? One time I remember going to. One time I went to a apartment building, and I went in there. And they said they were gonna rob me. I was like, all right, this is probably the end. And they actually had it like I thought it was still gonna happen, and they were like, oh, we're just playing with you. I was like, all right. I was like, cool, all right, whatever. Whenever they said they were gonna do that, I was like, I don't know, I don't keep any money on me. Whatever you got is just from these couple people that just paid me, and most of them are credit card slips these days anyway. Thanks for hitting that like button. I kind of reset this set because I forgot which one. I think we left off on 60 something, but I don't know. It's fine. Like I said, sometimes we're gonna forget. Right? Well, yeah, actually that was before I got into the night stuff. And like that guy was saying, I'd lose a regular MMA fight because I don't know any kind of martial art forms. I know what I mean, since I've been doing night fighting stuff, like I've learned a lot more about body mechanics and grappling, that's for sure. What's up, Cat? Hey, Catered Cowboy, what's up? Hitting the dummy. Boop, boop. Getting some hits in till 10 o'clock, so we got 34 minutes. Then I gotta get to bed because I'm working tonight. Trying to be, like I was saying earlier, a sword fighting arms. I slept in yesterday through my alarms to wake up before work to hit the dummy, so I missed the whole day. If I miss a day, then I'm behind by 2,700 hits. So if we get in like 3,000 or something like that today, it'd be great. Because that means that, you know, we'll hit the minimum average for the day, plus a couple extra, and then over time we'll make up the days. I'm trying to decide how I'm going to do this. So I got a fight Saturday, and I'm going to hit this dummy all the way up to it, but that means I have to bring this dummy along in the car. Oh yes, for sure. Not yeah. Well, like I used to punch. Let me tell you something. I used to punch this dummy a lot harder. I kind of cut back a little bit to save my hand, because when we first started, I was hitting this thing so hard, like all the time. You know, I was just going like this. I was always hitting it like this. And then I found over time it was destroying the palm of my hand, where the handle sits on my hand. After I kind of toned it down, and we kind of go like, maybe like, I don't know what this is, 60% of a hit. So it's definitely like saving my body. But yeah, there's nothing like being able to hit someone with a sword and punch someone, or just punch with your metal glove. Metal boxing gloves. Oh, that got stuck in my hat. Alright, we better write these down before I forget. Ooh, the buckler is actually getting a chunk of wood I ripped off the back. Doesn't really matter. So you can see, I got all my stickers on here from different competitions. This is a cool one. That way, whenever you go in, the referee, the marshal looks and is like, oh, okay, it's approved. They kind of fall off after a while, but I always thought that was a cool event sticker. I need to make this video about these gloves. They're actually pretty good. These are actually gloves that they market for like fencing in the SCA. I definitely need to make the recommendation video. We're over 25,000 hits in these gloves by now. Oh no, wait. Oh no, you're punching a water heater with it? Is that a good target? Actually, that sounds like a freaking awesome Pell water heater. There goes the church bell. Must be 9:30. Half hour to go, everybody. If that's a good target, if that makes a good Pell, maybe I should get one. Find a used water heater online or something. So we got a dummy here. Like I was saying, if I was hitting this a million times on the tire Pell, like my arms would be shot by now. Yo, and it's Shark Night. If you're there, what up? The impact on this dummy has been so nice. I'm sure that plus the other thing, if you're hitting those tire Pells, really kind of, if you're practicing with like a real axe that you use in this sport, over time you're gonna loosen the head on it and you could mess up your axe. I used to use wooden railing wood. Yo, thanks for that like button. Like a 5-foot piece of wood for a railing, and I thought that made a good axe. I should have just got some rattan. I should have got rattan at Pensick to just hit off the tires. But either way, hit this dummy is so nice though for repeated hits, not killing my joints. I'm just wondering. I think a water heater would be a great target, but at the same time, I don't know what it's like. Yeah, a good piece of hickory for sure. Yeah, that stuff like hickory railing. Some of those hardwoods, like, oh, they're great. they're a little bit heavier too than the regular axe that you use. Yo! Oh, hey! Cavalero, hey, thank you for that. This set's for you. Boom. Thank you for that. Thank you for that rose. The elbow. Elbow to the collarbone. Hey, and just so you know, because I know you sent a rose one other time. You're in when I upload the highlight video of this, just when everyone gives a donation to put you into credits. Because I remember you're in the credits before. It's like, you know how people have those videos and all the Patreon sponsors, so I put the names in there for anytime someone sends a gift. So I appreciate that. Woo! I tried to do a little more of an intense set for you there. And thanks for hitting that like button. Why? Oh, Dust Bowl. I didn't see that. Wait, chat's going. I missed some other comments. Ah, heck yeah. A little bit of an elbow. Oh, a maul handle works great for maces. You know what? I've tried buckler and a power hand. Oh yeah, it's good to see you too, Cavalero. Always good to see you. I've become so used to buckler in my left hand that I don't. And actually, and now I'm sure if I practice with it more in this hand, I don't feel awkward doing it. But the thing is, like, because I'm right-handed, but at the same time, like, it's not exactly the same. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not bad left-handed, like with a sword. Like, sometimes I think some of my edge alignment's even better left-handed. But to just run buckler right-handed, it just feels weird. Yeah, heck yeah. I hope you're having a good day too, by the way. For me, I just worked a 12-hour shift overnight, and now we're hitting the dummy. We're on at 100 for that set we did, the fast set, and another 20 onto there. We're getting there. It'd be nice. Thank you. Is it cat or is it K-turd cowboy? I think that's how it's with the capital. I think it's K-turd, right? I don't know. I just hate sometimes I say, oh, thanks for the follow there. Is that Saxwell? What's up? It's funny though. Like I remember, like the name who's on here, K-turd. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, you think? All right. We'll finish this set. We got another like 80 to go to hit 200 for this one. So the one thing though I feel more comfortable with right-handed, whenever if I'm hitting someone in the rib area, I feel that right-handed I do have definitely more power. Sometimes I think maybe it's just like you're saying, keep practicing with it. I think sometimes my shield punches seem a little bit weaker right-handed now that I've been punching people left-handed for so long. I love body shots in this sport. Like, I know people a lot of times, you know, you want to hit people in the head. One of my favorite hits is just right in the center of the chest, especially if they have the buckles in the center of the chest. And you line up this edge right with those buckles. But, yeah, I will throw some more. After this tournament I have coming up, we'll get some more left-handed work in some of these live streams. Alright, here's what we're going to do. That should be like, that's 80. I don't want a totally even number to end in a 0. So this set we're going to do 80, that's 84. So now when I write this down, whenever we go to add it up later, it won't end in a 0. I don't know if that's OCD or something. But see, now we have this random number in here. So when I add all these together later, it won't just be like 3,000. It'll be like 2,884 or something. You know what I mean? Is that an OCD thing? I don't know. Either way, I hate having just a total even number all the time. Round number-itis. That is a great name for it. Round number-itis. A lot of times, though, I do sets of 100. It's so much easier for me to keep track. Okay, 100. Write it down. Another 100. Write it down. I don't know if I just got a mosquito bite. Felt like it. Yeah, right? Yeah. Sometimes, though, it bothers me if I just have a nice even number. And we're at, let's see, 4, 2, 4, 7, 1, 15, 18. We're 2,284, roughly. You know, I think we forgot to write some down. Oh! Hey! Thank you for that. This set... You got another set here for you. Another couple sets for you for all. Whoa, those rows are still going. All right, we owe you a couple good sets. Let's switch it up too. Whoa, it's coming at me. Whoa, totally missed. All right, that's one. Thanks for that like button too out there. Oh man, I think you're right. I think that right-handed power could definitely 9. Hey, thank you for hitting that rose goal. Some more intense sets for the donation here. Oh, hey, I was saying earlier, if you ever see, sometimes I punch my own sword on purpose to be able to shorten the distance of coming back like this. I think hitting the dummy and punching my sword, the momentum Thank you, legend. I should make a video about that. Because sometimes I punch my own sword. Because I usually fight with a saber, so I'd be actually punching a flat edge of a sword anyway. But a lot of times... Here. It saves me all that travel, and it just stops the sword, and it goes right back to them. But anyway, let's keep up the intensity for Cavalieros Roses. Tin Man! I'm gonna do another quick set here. Let me just take one little quick break to read because that's a longer comment. The fake that overhand backhand strike. Okay, wait. So like this. Yeah. Yep. Now, I don't mess around so much with a lot of those positions anymore, just because. I mean, this is what boo hurt is. My fight on Saturday, when I'm fighting longsword, I'm gonna actually fight more like a Fiore style, where it's not really practical for boo hurt, but I'm gonna actually have, because it's at a convention of like movies and entertainment. So my fights, and I don't care if I lose as much as like having fun and looking cooler. So instead of all the typical stuff of me just going like this, I'm also going to have like you know, like I might even just fight like a guard like this, and then you know, go for some Unterhaus, and I might do some of those spins, things like that, jump attacks. The one that crosses that you punch. You're talking about, so you're talking about this when I'm guessing you're talking about this when I bring my arm up like that to go that way, right? Like that. See, you understand the body shots too, though, now that we're talking about that. Yeah, it's kind of, it's like a steel bar or a club. But yeah, let me finish this set, then I'm gonna do a high intensity set. Another one for the roses there, because that was a big stack of roses. Like that. Whoops. All right, high intensity. Oh. I see what you're saying. Where I punch her. I gotcha. Yeah, the reason I like the boo hurt stuff is because I technically fought Hema before boo hurt, where we did have all the cool Myers squares and the master cuts and all this stuff, and it's great because if you're really good in HEMA, you know, like finding sometimes you can make someone switch their guard, and then you can strike them where they were just blocking or things like that. You know, if you like being all smart and technical and all these different kind of cool moves you can do, but then it's just like I win. But in Boohurt, you know, it's like 60 seconds, 2 minutes of bah, bah, bah. I like the time limit. Oh man, Steve, I if anything gets you up and back to it, if you're being for real, hopefully it helps. High intensity set. I will try and keep that in mind about that fake shot you were talking about. All right, this is the other set for the roses here. I need to step into it though, I think. Thanks for that like button. I think I might just have to go. Thanks for that like button. I might just have to go through the slow motion version of that. I see what you're saying. Yo, oh, Tin Man, what up? Thanks for that like. Just so we know, 11. Oh, Tin Man. Right when I was thinking that we're done. Thank you for the heart me. The heart me rule is a good set of 100. So here we go. Just when I was thinking like, we're done for a moment. We got 100 to do. Tin Man, thanks for that heart me. Appreciate it. Another. Oh, all right. So we got 200 to do. The first one, Tin Man, and then Cavallero. Like I remember, because you're saying to practice with the right hand, we'll switch hands. We're at 400, so this will be 500, and then 600 that I haven't written down yet. I'm super sure that's what the count is. All right, here we go. I will have to practice that liver shot though, in slow motion. I think that's it, but we'll have to practice a little more. Stay up here. It keeps coming at me. I lost track when I jumped. We'll say that was 60. All right. Yep. Yeah. Good call. Let's drink it in between. Oh, Gray Matter. What's up, Gray Matter? Oh, 10 minutes to go. We might go a little farther. Everybody starts to show. Every time I start saying like 10 minutes to go, more of our friends come by. So Let's see. Oh, well, thank you. Maybe we'll extend it by a little bit. Ugh. Heck yeah. Cowboy, thanks for coming by. Oh, Jay, if you ever see me do this, is so I can read. Jamion, what's up? The next set, left-handed. For Cavaliers, heart me. We'll see how this goes. All right, here we go. The funny thing I just found out is my footwork's a little bit off. I'm not used to fighting like with a right-handed buckler, so it even affects my footwork a little bit. But anyway. Come on. This thing is just going down the hill. Things are going downhill, literally. We should write this down before we forget. And we are getting close to 10 o'clock. Woo! A lot of breath. Those left-handed sets do help though. Like, it's funny how much my triceps burn after a left-handed set. And what's that, Barry? Tubbs and Edu and still Edu. What's up? How's it going today? Whew. Let's see, we're at 1, 16, 21, 24. Hey, we are literally like at the average. So anything after right now just gets us a little bit closer to getting done with this earlier than a year. I used to be like 10 days ahead. Now I'm actually like 3 or 4 days behind on average. Hey! Is it? Hey, what's up there? What's up, Creamy? And Dennis, oh, Dennis I see is also there too. How's it going, everybody? Or was here. Could have been. See, like a lot of times TikTok, you open up the app and then it just shoves you into somebody's live stream. Here it comes downhill again. I'm surprised that it's not muddy out here because it rained last night. It must have just been like dry enough that it sucked up all the moisture out of the ground. I hate when it's muddy out here. I'm surprised that we haven't had more rain this year. I need to take Dummy inside for so we can play some music again one of these days. The music live streams are cool, but then whenever I upload them to YouTube, they get copyrighted. All right. Oh, I know what we can do. Let's actually do a shout out because I see that they're like, you know, We haven't done one of those at all today, which is crazy. All right. We're going from last to first day. What's up, Keith? What's up, Mad Mike? Storm Chaser. Hey, Storm Chaser. What's up again? Rick. And that nappiest of froze. Hey, Jonathan No H still here, and Cavaliero's still here. What's up? I like to give a little shout out once in a while. Everyone who's just still tuned in. It's funny though. Like I start talking about like, hey, we're down like 10 minutes, and then Gray Matter came by. Sometimes I'm like, it's time to stop. And then everyone tunes in again. And they're like, oh, we'll go a little bit longer. So we got 3 minutes left on the clock. We're at 120, 121. We'll go a couple minutes over at least. I like to get at least around 3,000 hits for a day if possible. $230. These longer sets like kind of wear my left arm out a little bit from holding the shield up, I guess. Little stretch here. All right, let's keep going. Sets 300 that we haven't written down yet. And now, a minute till I said I was gonna stop. We're gonna go at least a couple minutes over. I'll say bye here shortly. The church bell's gonna ring, but like, you know, I gotta get to work again tonight. Trying to get some sleep, keep up on my sleep. Got this tournament coming up Saturday. Plus, you know, like, there's the church bell. I always feel better out of anything. I could be a little dehydrated. I could be like having a bad day, but as long as I get enough sleep before a fight, it's so much better. I hate the ones where I wake up and then I show up to the event and I can't figure out where the heck we're fighting at, or if something happens, or I'm like just dragging my armor around like looking for anybody that I know to find out where we're going. If I have enough sleep before that, it's totally chill. But I can be a little irritated if I only slept like 4 or 5 hours before a fight. Like, some of the worst fighting days I've went and fought. I've stayed up a whole night shift and then drove and fought. Yo, oh, whoa. I don't know what that was, but that was pretty neat. It was a sour buddy. I've never had that one. Thank you for that. I was gonna say this year I was up all night. I drove 4 hours and I fought. And then by the time I got back home, I was up for like 36 hours. It was crazy. I fought horribly. It was fun, but anyway. All right, for that sour buddy, we're at 300. We're gonna get a decent set of 200 in here to wrap it up at 500. Not me jumping all around as much, but I'm gonna keep a good pace. That should have been 100. Oh, here we go. Get another. Oh, that hit a little flat. We're gonna even go do a couple extra for that sour buddy. Oh man, those extended sets are pretty good. Like, I feel fine now, but when I'm swinging it, those last couple hits were like kind of crazy. All right, so let's see where we're at. Oh man, and thanks for hanging out, everybody who even hung out all this time. I'm basically hitting a dummy the same hits over and over because there's only so many things I can do in Boo Hurt. All right. Hey, thanks for hitting that like button. Here, let's try and get a total of the day. Like I said, I think I missed counting a couple sets, but whatever. All right, we got 2, 4, 7, 1, 15, 18, 2,100, 2,700, 2,000, 3,200, 3,384 for today, which is more than the average. Cavallero, thanks for hanging out too, by the way, and thanks for the gifts. Like I said, you know, when I upload the highlight video, definitely be in there for in the credits. I gotta be back at work tonight. Yeah, I know I miscounted some, but like I said, it's a process. Like, trying to chat at the same time. A lot of times I can kind of keep a good estimate. It's an estimate. There's times when I start talking and I forget that I did 200 or 300. So yeah, it's definitely, I'm gonna be at 1 million before it's the official count. I should have talked to my ex and told her, hey, come put on a pair of shorts and use a counter. All right, so I gotta get to bed. Tomorrow. Ooh, yeah. Here's the thing. Tomorrow's gonna be late. All right. Here's what I'm gonna plan out how the whole schedule's gonna be, because I have to cut down this tree. When I get off work tomorrow, I'm gonna go to bed because I have to wake up. I think if I get up at like 4 p.m., that'll give me enough time to go cut up that tree that I have to cut at this apartment. Cut the tree. When it gets dark around 8, I'll drive home. I'll be on doing this tomorrow, but it's gonna be probably like around 9 p.m. just so everybody knows. I might do it inside with armor on. But yeah, I was saying it was going to be early, but now it's going to be late at night because I got to make sure I get this tree cut up before I go to my fight. The fight is on Saturday. Or are you talking about the... So I'm working tomorrow. Oh, I'm working tonight. That means I get off Monday morning. Hang on, I'm just thinking to myself, because I have to make sure I do that. And then Tuesday, I will have enough time to get up, probably do this early. So I think what we'll do, tomorrow is going to be later at night. Tuesday will be early in the morning. Probably about the same time Tuesday. Maybe a little earlier. Just for everybody who's tuned in who wants to know. Alright. I'm uploading a Pensick video today. And I have a weekend highlight video I made a couple weekends ago that I'm never going to upload it if I don't do it today. So tomorrow's highlight for this will be tomorrow. We're over 76,000. I mean, we're over 176,000. All right, I got to go to bed. Oh, yes, I see what you're saying. It is, it's right now, it's Sunday morning, it's 10 a.m. If you think, I always just say New York City time, so 10 a.m. New York City time. Thanks for that, Sour Buddy. That was an awesome animation. I haven't seen that one before. I do like this app where the GIFs have those animations. But I gotta get to bed, everybody. We'll see you soon, hopefully, or if not soon, in the future. We got a whole year to do this. And where is it? Saturday or Sunday where you're at? Here, let's do this. Because all right, cool. We got an extra 20 hits. Oh. All right. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna hit the Pell till we find out. Cool. All right. So an extra 20. That's awesome. Yeah. So we're about like the same. Okay. We're almost kind of like the same. Just an hour off. All right. Well, I'm gonna go pass out for today. Thanks everybody who tuned in. We're still at 17% of a million, but we're getting close to 20%, and that's going to happen soon. All right, I'm going to go pass out. Catch you all later. Good seeing everybody.